making the turn and making like some improvement on where you guys need to be and showing?
Yeah, I guess the break was good for us. I don't know. I mean, I love Richmond. Truthfully, it was started off as one of my least favorite tracks to come to. Just struggled here, and then I clicked something midway through my career, and yeah, this car is really solid, obviously, and Bass Pro Shop's car looks really cool. It stands out, and we're standing out today. So, God's blessed me with a lot of good things this past week, and last night I was in New York City, and our Carolina Cowboys won, which was cool. We're 7-0-1 in that PBR Teams League right now, and today with our Bass Pro Shop car, we're running good. So those guys have been pushing me on that side to run good. So it feels good to be out there, and hopefully we can have a really strong showing Sunday.
What about the tire choices? What did they kind of show you in practice and teach you about what we might see tomorrow?
Yeah, I tell you what, we learned a lot at North Wilkesboro. I feel like our team did, and how to go about using the tires in practice and getting set up for the race. And we kind of went down that same path today. And if you remember, we qualified really well in the Open at North Wilkesboro, and kind of got the rain did us in. But today it worked out. So yeah, we've got a good method of how to, I think, balance the reds and the yellows, because there's a little bit of a balance shift between the two of them, and we're pretty methodical today. It was really not a lot of panic ever on the radio. We made adjustments when we wanted to, and the car handled well.
Kyle was in here a little bit ago and showed us his sprained wrist over the break. Was there ever any consideration over a backup driver?
I didn't even know. I'll tell you, the first time I heard about it was when I walked out there. I saw it all taped up. I was like, hey, what'd you do? And I thought he heard it maybe overseas or something, Italy, and he said, no, at the wreck. So yeah, obviously he's in probably a little bit of pain, but he's a tough guy. He's raced through a lot of different things in his career, and he'll be just fine. The reds?
Yeah.
Well, depending on how you take care of them, I think it could last pretty long time, obviously. But it is nice to see the wear, because a lot of guys were struggling on that tire at the end of practice. I felt like, there was a big cliff to it, and I felt that too. I mean, at lap 27, we went back out on those tires, and you had some pretty big moments, and I was like, okay. But it feels so good to start, so you have to be pretty patient with them. But the yellows were kind of the opposite. I felt like my forward drive stayed with me a very long time. I think it's cool to have the option of both. It takes a little more pressure for those crew chiefs to make the right call when to put them on, and strategy matters and how you're going to use them. Just another wrench in the game that we're playing for all the fans to watch.
I know the conditions now are different than what tomorrow night's going to be, but 25, 30 laps, is that kind of what you and Justin were expecting coming into this weekend?
Man, we kind of didn't know what to expect because of North Wilkesboro, but we did feel like at North Wilkesboro the tires were able to hold on because of the new pavement. Here it's a big difference. A little more of a cheese grade style track, and I think that the Reds did what we thought they would. I think so. But in the sim, they felt so good. When you have a tire that's just better, sometimes it's easier to manage it. You're not slipping the tire because it's making not enough grip, so you can stay under the tire and still just run faster. And it'll be interesting as the temperature drops if those Reds can hold on longer than what today, because we were practicing in a lot of heat today, and so it'll be a little cooler, I think.
During the break, was there an area of emphasis for RCR on one area we really need to improve in, or was it just an overall?
Yeah, it was an emphasis on relaxing, taking a break, and enjoying it for my side of things. And then, I think the guys were kind of just working on our Richmond car all the way to the end of this week, really. So we were probably a little behind because we needed that break for our guys. And we went to the sim session like we do every week, and it was a pretty good session, not knowing what the tires were going to bring. So we didn't really put a lot of effort into it because it drove pretty good in there, and it worked out.
Overall, there's been some talk that you guys are going to make some personnel changes and bring in more people, that kind of thing. Can you elaborate on that, what you guys are looking at doing?
Yeah, man, I just feel good about the direction of where we're headed right now, and I think we've got some really positive things going on. My grandfather's committed to putting RCR where it needs to be, getting the A car, myself, and Kyle up front. And I think there are probably some changes coming in all for good, you know what I mean? And I'm really excited about it. Probably the most excited I've been in my Cup career going into next year. I think we'll probably run that part-time schedule that we've ran this year with that third car. So hopefully, I think that part-time car can run better if we staff it correctly. And it's always good to have another guy out there giving feedback for us. So we'll have some more races in that probably.